Hi, I'm Jim Thunder from Reconciliation Thunder.
And I'm Kate McKenzie from Circles for Reconciliation.
We want to take this moment to invite you to share a short video reflecting on how you've interacted with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action, and to share any concrete action that you're going to take this coming year. So this can be a short video, just 1 to 2 minutes. You can record using your iPhone, your Android, or a camera. And in this video, we just want to ask 4 things. Tell us who you are.
So tell us your name and what organization you're from.
Tell us where you are.
Tell us what province you're from and what treaty territory you're from.
Tell us how you've reflected.
Tell us how you reflected on the 94 calls to action.
And tell us what you'll do.
Tell us what concrete action you're going to take in the coming year. You can share these videos with us on social media, tagging Reconciliation Thunder and Circles for Reconciliation, and share them with us on email to info@reconciliationthunder.org.
Use the hashtag 94in94 or the hashtag 94in94challenge. Lastly, we just want to say thank you so much for following the campaign and sharing our posts and helping us raise awareness of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action. We're really excited to see these videos and we look forward to hearing directly from you.
Thank you so much for your support.
Kichimigwet.
Anine, bonjour. My name is Katherine Legrange and I'm the Volunteer Director for the 60 Scoop Legacy of Canada. We are a national peer support and advocacy organization formed for survivors of the 60 Scoop. I'm an adoptee from Winnipeg and my family comes from Crane River First Nation. Today I come to you from Winnipeg, Manitoba, the heart of Treaty 1 and Dakota Territory. In May, like many of you, we were devastated to learn of the 215 children's remains found in unmarked graves at the former Kamloops Indian Residential School. This year, the 94 calls to action of the TRC become especially important as more children's remains are located at former residential schools across the nation. Along with our community partners, the 60 Scoop Legacy of Canada will continue to hold events and awareness opportunities for survivors of Indian residential schools, day schools, and the 60 Scoop. Our stories must be heard before real reconciliation can happen. We hope that you will join us in Winnipeg on Thursday, September 30th, Orange Shirt Day, as we hold a healing walk for survivors from the Canadian Human Rights Museum to St. John's Park, where Wase Healing Centre will hold a welcome home powwow for survivors. Miigwech, have a good day, and we hope that you too will do your part towards reconciliation in Canada.
Hi, I'm Jeromey Martini, President at Horizon College and Seminary in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, which is on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. We've been part of the 94 calls to action campaign, working with Reconciliation Thunder, and it's been a real eye-opening and a important journey, I think, for us institutionally and me personally as well. There's a couple of things as I've reflected on the 94 calls to action that have helped me to see this in different lights, in a couple of different ways. One is, in particular, I'm interested in those calls to action that relate to religious organizations, since that's what I'm a part of, and it's helped me to see the broader picture here. Often religious denominations and organizations, we're very fractured. We have very distinct different groupings, and particular groupings might say, well, you know, that wasn't our particular branch that had a residential school. That wasn't our particular group that participated in some of these atrocities. But you come to the realization that really doesn't matter. What matters is that the broader banner of our Christian faith is associated with all of these and numerous of these atrocities. And the only way to go forward is for all of us to say, look, it doesn't really matter who was at the cause of it, or if these people are dead and gone, or in other things, but really we have inherited this challenge and this problem, and we need to be part of the solution regardless what any sort of direct affiliation that we have with those groups. So taking responsibility for that as part of the broader Christian community, that's been an important part of my reflection on the 94 calls. Another one is the recognition that the 94 calls themselves are really just executive summaries of such much larger works, thousands of pages. And so getting more and more familiar with the broader context, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission reports, as well as other writings that have come even before that, the Royal Commission on Aboriginal Peoples, RCAP, the UNDRIP, the United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Peoples. These other documentations that are out there provide a much broader language and a much broader context for what the 94 calls are all about. So these are two of the sort of reflective takeaways that I've taken. As I think about the year ahead and how we're going to go forward, there's a few ways that we institutionally are doing this. One is we're continuing the video series we started with Andrew and Jimmy Thunder, and helping really to bring a path for those of us in religious organizations toward reconciliation and reflecting on the 94 calls and other matters. So we're going to continue that, wrap that up this fall. In addition, on September 30th, as part of the holiday, what we're doing, we're having a collective worship service. We've invited an Christian Indigenous leader to come in and lead us in this, in a corporate worship service involving our staff, our students, all together. And then the following day, on October 1st, we have a professional development day set aside then for our staff with this Indigenous leader to help inform us and better educate us as part of the calls to reconciliation. That's something active we can do. Additionally, we run a Indigenous Ministries course and with Indigenous leaders teaching and for future leaders. But this year we're going to be recording that, making it publicly available as well as an opportunity for others to gain from this perspective and education. So a few things going on this year, but really grateful for the opportunity to be part of this process and really encourage other organizations to take advantage of this time in our history to get better informed, better educated, and find better ways and paths forward for our reconciliation of all peoples in Canada.
Hi, my name is Kailee Grimolfson, and I'm excited to respond to the 94in94 challenge. I'm the founder of Refine, proudly based out of Treaty 1 territory, Winnipeg, Manitoba. My reflection on the 94in94 campaign starts with a thank you to the entire 94in94 team and its volunteers for all of their hard work and effort in designing and executing a successful educational campaign we all needed right now. For me, the campaign illustrated two important things. First, the daily digestible pieces of information provided perspective into the sheer amount of important work that needs to be done, and that this work cannot be achieved in one day. It cannot happen in 94 days. Rather, it has to happen with us being conscious of this each day as we make decisions in our homes and our workspaces. Second, it highlighted the role of the individual. Although many of these calls to action call on governments and institutions, it starts with us as individuals. We all have to do our part in understanding how we each can contribute to the path towards reconciliation. It is the only way we will be able to break down those bigger walls of institutional racism and find a better Canada. So what am I doing? Well, there's two commitments that I'm making this year. First, I'm committing to continuing to educate myself on reconciliation. I'm going to continue to build meaningful relationships and uncover my own unconscious biases in order to overcome them. My second commitment is inspired by Call to Action 92. As I build my own business, I'm incorporating a reconciliation framework into its foundation. This includes being conscious of the policies of other organizations and leaders that I choose to work with. Thank you for your time. I encourage you to take on the 94in94 challenge, as I'm excited to hear what you took away from the campaign and what commitments you're going to make as we move forward. Kind regards, Miigwech.